When I was 4 years old, my father died suddenly from cardiac arrest. I was sleeping at dawn when my mother woke me up and rushed in just in time to see my father take his last breath. My sisters were away in the city, and my mother was too stricken with grief. It was my grandmother who had helped assist my mother in that urgent moment. As a child, I did not know how to turn to the Lord in times of adversity like that. I felt I was alone in my helplessness. It was the first crucial adversity that had struck in my life. It was certainly not the last. Every human being experiences adversity at different periods, in different places, and in varying degrees throughout their lives. Learning to accept my loss has been a slow and difficult process for me. As a child begging for affection, I needed a figure who would help instruct, guide, and change the course of my life. I have a lot to learn yet, and I thought my father's passing was untimely. It was a very painstaking process that's still underway. Many years had passed. I began a time to read the Bible and study the subject of suffering. My understanding has broadened to accept the things I cannot change, which is embracing the reality of death. The personal Bible reading and study have helped me more than I could even imagine, and it is through my child experience I now share with you this topic. I've met some like-minded men who share the same experience as mine. They were friends who were struggling with some of the issues I was experiencing. Why does God allow children to suffer? Why does He allow my father to die at such an early age? Is God actually in total control in the circumstances of suffering children? This article was born out of the results to address the needs in my own life and also realize that many children have similar experiences. It is written from a child's viewpoint who at times asked about the reality of death. At first I had an abstract understanding of the subject of death. When I experienced this reality of losing a father, I began to ask questions. Is it real, or am I dreaming? I have then a realization that many of my friends have experiences far greater than I have. I now understand that God and His Word have the ultimate answer. My personal experience is not the basis of reality, it is the result of God's full control over all things, under His wisdom and in His unconditional love. Some people have not experienced a major crisis in their lives, but to experience those typical heartaches and struggles are often buried within their confused heart. I desire to encourage people from all walks of life that there is a supreme being, the God who created the heavens and the earth. This living God is actively involved in every aspect of life, including the appointment of death. This truth persuades us to trust in God when things are difficult to understand, and that under His sovereign control, He works everything as He will and pleases, and also for our ultimate good.